Have you ever found yourself loving someone so much that you completely forgot who you are? Have you ever found yourself saying yes when every part of your soul is begging you to say no? If this sounds familiar, you might be struggling with codependency. And in today's video, I'm going to show you how to heal and break free from codependency. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to my channel, Flourish and Thrive with EA. I'm your host, Elizabeth Akinei, and I'm so glad you are all here today. So for the past 7 weeks, we've been exploring different dimensions of codependency. We've talked about where it came from and how it affects relationship, what are the signs and how it looks like. And today, everything is all coming to an end. Yes, we are wrapping everything on codependency up today. So today is the final episode on codependency. And today, we'll be talking about how to heal from codependency. So in today's video, I'll be showing you how to heal from codependency, what healing from codependency looks like, and also why it is so difficult to heal from codependency. I will also be sharing practical tips on how to rebuild your self-esteem and reclaim your self-worth. And lastly, you will have some moments, a quiet moment with me, and healing reflective moments, which is going to last for some few minutes, which will help you to flush out old belief system and old pattern. So we have a lot lined up for today. So I want you to take a deep breath in, relax yourself, go get your pen and your journal, and let's begin this healing journey together. I'll be right back. So let's start by saying what codependency is and what codependency is not. Codependency is not love. Codependency is not love. Codependency is a survival mechanism. Codependency is a survival mechanism. It is a pattern we learn, or it's a pattern you learn when love becomes inconsistent, when love becomes controlling, when love becomes unpredictable, when love becomes unsafe, when love becomes conditional. So if you grow up in an environment whereby you had to earn affection or earn love by fixing people, pleasing people, or staying silent to maintain peace, you might begin to equate being needed for love. And after some time, you might begin to develop subconscious belief system that if I'm not helping, I'm not needed. Let me bring clarity into this by actually giving an example. Supposing, let's imagine a woman who takes care of everybody, her parents, her siblings, her friends, her husband, and her children, but she's not taking care of herself. To everyone she's taking care of, she's a strong woman, but deep within her heart there is this fear, and the fear tells her that if I stop being useful to these people, will they still love me? So because of this fear, she hangs on to them and continues to give all of herself. And from my research into trauma and family dynamics, I discovered that codependency or codependent pattern, they originate from emotional neglect, childhood trauma, and staying with somebody who is emotionally unstable or staying with someone who is controlling. This toxic dynamic and this toxic pattern will make you to start focusing on other people instead of focusing on yourself. I have to say this because I realized that the first step towards healing a codependency is for you to come to the awareness of what is really wrong with you, because you can't change what you don't know. So coming to the awareness of where your codependent pattern originated from is the first step towards your healing. So now let's talk about why it is so hard to heal from codependency. It is difficult or hard to heal from codependency because you are unlearning patterns that has helped to keep you safe. Pleasing people, fixing people, rescuing people has protected you from being abandoned. It has protected you from being rejected. Overgiving yourself in relationship has actually helped you to feel secure, has helped you to feel special, has helped you to feel loved, and you begin to equate them for love. So you find out that if such a person gets to a certain sphere in their life and they decide to pull away, then they begin to feel guilty. This guilt comes up in them, and this guilt will begin to whisper to them that you are selfish, you are selfish, you are selfish. And this is because their nervous system has equated chaos for love. Let me clarify this by bringing in another example. Let's imagine a woman who all her life has learned to say yes, then decides to say no. And when she said no, she realized that she felt guilty, she felt anxiety, she felt restlessness, she felt anxiousness. She felt all these things not because what she was doing was bad, but because her nervous system, her brain has been wired to see peace as danger. It has been wired to see chaos as love. And into my research into psychology, I discovered that when you want to heal from codependency, it is very, very uncomfortable. Very, very uncomfortable. It is uncomfortable because your brain, your nervous system has been used to the state of chaos. They equate peace for danger. So when peace comes along, it's danger to them. So you're trying to rewire your nervous system, your brain to adjust so that it will stop seeking validation from external, but it will now come inwardly to seek validation, and that is where the struggle comes in. So because of the struggle, internal struggle, it is going to bring about some discomforting feelings. So if you're feeling such, that is a sign to take it still. You are not, nothing is wrong with you. It's your body trying to readjust to what you are trying to do. So no matter what it is, I want you to take this truth with you that healing from codependency is going to be uncomfortable, but you have to stay calm. It is better to endure the pain of growth than for you to stay stuck in the past and endure the pain of being stuck. I repeat this again. It is better to endure the pain of growth than for you to endure the pain of being stuck. Healing begins the moment you can actually allow yourself to feel uncomfortable without running back to what broke you or to your comfort zone. Now, let's talk about healing from codependency. Healing from codependency is a process of returning home back to yourself, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. I repeat this for emphasis. Healing from codependency is a process of returning back to yourself, emotionally, mentally, and spiritually. And you don't have to rush the process. Take it one step at a time. I repeat again, you don't have to rush the process. Take it one step at a time. In other words, be kind and be gentle on yourself. Now, one of the ways you can heal from codependency is for you to acknowledge the shame. This is one of the core things you have to do if you want to heal from codependency. Acknowledge your shame. Acknowledge your codependent pattern and what led you into your codependent pattern. I repeat this for emphasis. Acknowledge your codependent pattern and what led you into the codependent pattern. Understand yourself and remind yourself that you did the best with what you knew. So it wasn't your fault. But now that you know better, that you choose to love yourself in a different way, it was never your fault. So when you actually understand this, it helps you to shift your focus from self-blame to self-compassion. And this is the foundation of your healing. I repeat this again. When you understand this truth, it helps to shift your perception from self-blame to self-compassion. And this is the foundation of your healing. So now that you now know these truths and you've been able to create a new story for yourself and you've decided to choose to love yourself differently, now let us go to the next stage of your healing, which is another core thing you have to do. And that is reclaiming your identity. And you can actually reclaim your identity by reconnecting with yourself. I don't mean to sound negative, but when you want to heal from codependency, like I've mentioned earlier, it can be discomforting. Yes, I don't mean to scare you, but I want you to relax. Relax your mind. Relax. It is part of the process. The pain is part of the process. It is better to endure the pain of growth than for you to stay stuck in the pain of not trying at all. So relax, be calm, and endure the pain. It is just temporary to leave. So you can reconnect with yourself by practicing these things: journaling, meditating, praying, and spending quality time with yourself. I repeat this again: journaling, meditating, praying, and spending quality quiet time with yourself. During this time of self-reflection, inner self-reflection, ask yourself two vital questions. Question 1, ask yourself, what do I feel? The second question, what do I need? I repeat it for emphasis again. What do I feel? What do I need? Now, after asking yourself that question, listen to your inner voice. Your inner voice is going to speak to you. It might not be the loud thing you expect to hear, but unconsciously, it will speak to you. Your body will speak to you that this is what you need. Now listen attentively to the message your body gives you or your inner voice gives to you, just as a mother will listen attentively to a child. And after getting what you need and what you feel, now act on them as long as it fosters your healing and moving away from codependency. Once you understand what you feel and what you need by listening to the quiet inner voice within of you, don't delay, act on it immediately. Act on it immediately. My own personal research into emotional studies made me understand spending quality time with yourself or having moments of inner reflection, which is constant, will actually help you to build inner safety and will also reduce your dependence on external validation. So I'm going to repeat this again, that constant inner reflection or spending time with yourself, finding out who you are, will help you to actually foster inner safety and help to reduce dependence on external validation. So it's a way for you to build self-confidence, self-love, and your self-esteem.